The H&K series of pistols are some of the easiest to disassemble. They don't require pulling the trigger or anything. It's just basically one pin holds the slide on, if you want to think of it as a pin. The first thing you do when you are disassembling these guns is to check and make sure they're not loaded. So you'll drop the mag and check the chamber. This chamber, it is loaded. So eject that round, lock that slide back, unloaded. Common practice is to take the magazine and place it far away so there's no risk of inserting it without thinking. A lot of accidents happen while cleaning guns. Both are unloaded. After you clear them, I'm just going to show you how to disassemble the SK, because the USP disassembles in pretty much exactly the same way. And this is going to cover the USP Compact, the P2000, the P2000sk, the P30, P30L, the HK45 and HK45 Compact, as well as the Mark 23, and the USP Elite, USP Expert, USP Tactical, and any other variants I left out. First thing you do is you'll take off this slide release lever, and that's the pin I was referring to earlier. The slide release lever, it basically acts as a pin. What you're supposed to do, this little notch here in the slide has to line up right here with the safety or the slide release lever. So you'll pull the slide back until it lines up and just push that slide release out. And you'll be pushing on this point on the other end of the gun. That acts as a button. You push it out and it'll come out very easily, especially on a used gun. Newer guns may not fall out, but on more used, you can just turn the gun over and the lever will fall out. After you get the lever out, oh, one thing to note, the P30 series, this lever doesn't come out. So you'll push it out and it'll stay in somewhat like that. Don't try to force it off. Just, if you can't get it out, don't worry about it. And again, that's on the P30 series. And who knows what future HK guns will have that feature. But once that slide release lever's out, you can just push the slide off the frame. A lot of times you'll have an empty magazine in here and you won't be able to get the slide off. But just drop the magazine so you can get the slide off. Disassembling the slide, push forward on the recoil assembly and lift up. Comes off very easily with a pinky. And the barrel slides forward and then pick up and pull out. And that's as far as you go on a typical field stripping of most of HK's semi-autos. A lot of people usually ask, when do they need to take out the extractor or the firing pin block or any of that and clean it. I haven't done it on this particular one yet. It's fired about 1,000 rounds. Haven't done it on my USP either, and that's fired about 2,000 rounds. If you want to do it every 2,000 rounds or so, that's more than okay. But you don't have to do it every time you go to the range. Reassembly. It's just the same thing but in reverse. Angle the barrel, slide it in, drop it down, slide it back. And then the recoil assembly, this hook, will go down on the barrel, will lock on the barrel. Well, that's the direction it goes. The thing that actually hooks onto the barrel is this part up here. So Push that in. Lock it on. A lot of first timers, they think that this is going to fall off, but no, that's actually how it looks. There's a close-up for you. Now it slides back onto the frame, obviously by lining up the slide rails. Pull back, line up that notch, and push in the slide release. Reassembled. And real time No, I'm not blindfolded, although it looks like it may be. Very simple. And the USP, the same way, except there is no lever on the opposite side. But the surfaces of both of them are pretty much exactly the same. And there you go.